Many of you will be aware that at the beginning of the year we had a great time. Numbers were going up, we was all making money and everything was great. But more recently it has been a lot more difficult. We've seen the market drop off, we've seen Bitcoin chop people up, we've seen altcoins take a really heavy hit across the board. A lot of people question whether the bull market is actually over, and I've got good and bad news. The good news is, in my opinion, it is not over. We are still yet to get started. But the bad news is that we've got to be patient for a little while longer, and in today's video I'm going to explain exactly why this is the case. We're going to get started with a little history lesson looking at the Bitcoin monthly returns over the years, and there are a few different patterns and things that I want to show you guys just to reassure you that what we are seeing right now isn't abnormal. So just starting in January, a common theme that we see on a number of different months here is that it can be very hit or miss. So in the course of January's over the years, we've seen around 6 red months. February, historically a very good month for Bitcoin. Again here going into March, we can see another 6 red months. Going into April, we've got 5. Going into May, we've got 6. And the pattern kind of continues like that for Q1 and Q2. But as we go into Q3, you'll see something different, especially when it comes to August and September. So if we look at August over the years, we can see here that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this would be the 8th red month that we see for August if it is to close in the red. We can also see in September, historically, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 already, and if September was to be red again, that would be the 9th red month for September. And this historically is the worst time of year for Bitcoin, and it isn't exactly great for other markets as well. We see that in the summer people tune out of the markets, they go on vacation, and things really do slow down. So what we are seeing right now isn't exactly anything to be concerned about. Now, what I do want to mention as well is historically, again, looking at previous years, Q4 is always looking much brighter than August and September. So we can see here there are a couple of red months in recent history when it comes to November and December. I mean, October there, you see that only 2 red months, very similar to February. It's historically a great month. But then if we go into November and December, we can see red here and here, which was 2018 and 2019, which was the bear market of the previous cycle. And we can also see here in 2021, which, to be honest, you know, the market had just topped out. It topped out a little bit earlier in 2021 compared to 2017. So I can see why that was red. But again, following on from that, in the depths of the bear market of 2022, things were not great again for those 2 months. But if you look at 2020 as a comparison, because I know a lot of people out there are looking at these 4-year cycles. So for the cycle in 2021 to top out, 2017, 2025 historically should be the top again. But then you've got 2016 and 2020, and here you can see 2016, a great run in Q4, and again in 2020 here we had a great run as we approached the 20k all-time highs, if people remember that. So I do think that we do have brighter times ahead for October, November, December in this year if we are to follow that structure and that pattern. Now we're going to take a look at the chart of the total market cap, because looking at Bitcoin is one thing, but what about altcoins? What about new money actually being injected into the crypto markets? And that's what we're going to pay attention to now, looking at them kind of similar patterns over the summer. So first of all, we're going to go back to 2020, because like I said, it's kind of like a like-for-like year to 2024, again, if we are to follow those 4-year cycles. So we can see here, this is where this happens. So we can see some price action around here, and going into August, things were looking pretty good. But then as we went into August, especially into September, things just dropped off, and it looks pretty insignificant on the chart here. And it wasn't anything to be really concerned about, but it was just very stale, very flat. There wasn't any volatility, and it really just bored people and really tested their patience. And that's what I feel like we're seeing now. Bitcoin is just going sideways. Yeah, altcoins have been wrecked over the last couple of months, but right now it's just a little bit choppy, and I do expect that to continue for a little bit longer. Now, of course, if you look at 2021, we was in the middle of a parabolic bull market, so things were looking much better over the summer. This theory kind of goes out the window because market conditions are just very different. But then if we go into 2022, again, that bear market, we can see here that things picked up in July, but then it just tailed off before things really did pick up again going into 2023. But this price action again wasn't too disastrous, especially compared to what we'd just seen, but it was very boring and, you know, there wasn't really much going on. And then if we go to last year, we can also see a similar thing again. So July, June, not too bad. Things just drops off here in August, and then just sideways price action again, really boring people and forcing them out of their positions out of pure boredom. Maybe they go to leverage trading to try and make some money more quickly, but things don't often work out too great for those people. And then we can see here that price really picked back up again going into October. Q4 picks up, and then we are off to the races. So that's really just to paint a picture of not just Bitcoin, but the total market cap as well, and how things over the summer are always very slow, typically speaking. And then as we get to October, we can expect better times ahead. So today was just a quick video, really to give you a reminder and some reassurance that what we are seeing now isn't the start of a new bear market necessarily. You know, things do typically tail off in the summer months, like I said, not just in crypto, but in financial markets as a whole, and it isn't anything to be concerned about. At this point, I would just say the best thing that you can do is just sit patiently, don't worry too much. If you're already fully deployed, just ride the wave. It's not just going to be a straight up only projection. You will have to ride the ups and downs. And what I would say is if we get to 2025 and things aren't looking much better, then of course that is a completely different scenario. But I'm pretty confident at this point that as we go into Q4, as the US elections go ahead, you know, things are going to be looking very different for the crypto markets. We cannot just go up only. It's just not a realistic expectation. They have to shake people out. That's just the nature of the game, and it is the survival of the fittest. If you did enjoy the video, please do drop a like and subscribe. Like I said, just a quick one today, just to keep you focused on the bigger picture. But in the meantime, please do trade safe, invest safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.